Hello, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Seary, Executive Director of Communications and Development at Foundations, Inc. And I want to thank you all for joining us for our Beyond School Hours National Education Conference follow-up webinar series. We're so excited. This is the first one. Yay! First one of this year's series. So just to give you a little bit of information about Foundations, Inc., we are a national education nonprofit. We're located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and our mission is to improve the quality of education by building the skills of educators. So we work across the school day. We work in after-school programs with schools, districts, and even at the state level to make sure that we're creating a brighter future for every child every day. If you're interested in learning more about us, we'll make sure that our social media handles are in the chat and our website. You may already know us from our signature professional development experience, which is the Beyond School Hours Conference. We host the conference every year in February. And in 2023, we will be back in Orlando in person, February 9th through the 12th. And we hope that you will all plan to be there. Meredith will be there.
Helen Hamilton. Just fell on the floor. I'm so excited Helen Hamilton's here. Jesus. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you so much, Paula. Hi, Dolly. That's a good name. Hello, Dolly. Your whole life you have to hear that. I'm sorry. Hello, Dolly. Please come to the Beyond Conference. It's the very best of all the national after-school conferences. And the space is great, and Orlando's great, and the people are great. And it was the first back to normal-ish conference for all of us this year. And it really, Elizabeth and Paula, it like slammed open the door for what's possible, and everything everywhere has been so much easier, it seems, for everybody since. It's like energetically you just said to the world, okay, we're back, let's go. So thank you for that. It was amazing what you did with all of that, all those challenges. It was amazing. So thank you. Okay, yay. Lucinda, Roxanne, Jennifer, Nikki, Tyler, Tim, I know you're there, and you better turn your camera on, Zoyak, and Tandra, anyone who can. Thank you, Tim.
I'm driving now.
Turn their camera on, do, and if you can't, we trust you can't. And Eric, it's fine. You can drive with your, hi, Jennifer Wilbur. I would always turn my camera on if I had a face like yours, Jennifer. Keep that camera on. Okay, here we go. I am Meredith. For anyone, hi, Tandra. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Right Brain World, Right Brain Books. Prior to all of these things we do and offer in education, I was an actress, I was a producer, I did a lot of stuff in the film and television business, self-expression, and met usually with some sort of financial reward. And then I thought, screw financial reward, go into education. And so, I'm kidding. So here I am. And Right Brain's my life. It's my 24/7. And we are a project-based learning, social emotional learning, disguised learning company that has lots of programs, lots of resources, whatever. But we do these webinars to just connect with you. And we're not here to pitch you or sell you anything. We're here to share the way we approach education, these modalities, so that maybe you get inspired and you don't just listen and take notes. We do stuff. We actually do stuff. And then afterward, we send you what we do so you can do it too with your people. Everything we do today, you could do with teams, adults, you could do with teams, meaning team building, grown-ups at a staff meeting, from the youngest kids who can at least just talk about what they're doing to the oldest kids who can write or just talk. Everything we send you now is for everybody, literally. And then Rhona, who's going to go like this so you see her, is our director of program development, and she's going to introduce herself. And if she leaves out the part where she writes graphic novels for Disney and young adult books, if she leaves anything out, I'll jump in.
I barely have to say anything because Meredith always fills it in. It's so lovely to see all of your faces. As Meredith said, I'm the Director of Program Development at Right Brain. been with the company for 5 years, developing a lot of our newer programs, our SEL, animation, improv. And it's been a blast. Even in COVID times, we figured out how to develop virtual programs. And as Meredith mentioned, I'm also a writer, and I also teach creative writing workshops in schools and juvenile halls here in Los Angeles. And I'm just a big believer in everything that Right Brain does in inspiring kids through creativity. So we're going to do a little bit of that today.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Rhona. Does everybody have paper and pen or pencil? Hi, Tyler. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So the pop it part, which was our favorite, most fun part, because we thought you'd read it aloud and say it aloud, didn't make it into your invitation to this thing, but just say it. It's fun to say it. Just say it to yourself. Poet, pop it, perspective. Say it. Come on, Dolly. There you go. Poet, pop it, perspective. There you go, Tim. So thank you for being here. So we're going to share some slides with you. Nice, Paula. Here's what I want to tell you guys. If you can, while we're doing this webinar and while we're doing stuff, anytime you have a thought that would be good for everyone to hear, please feel free to unmute and share, as opposed to go in the chat box while we're in the activity. I'm a little ADD in this way, and it's super distracting for me personally. And I could deal with it. Hi, Richmond Brown. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. I just think it's one of the things that's going on in the world. It's going on for our students. It's going on for us. I'm zooming here with you. People are texting over here. There's a chat box over here. Someone's on the phone. We live in this world, and let's at least just tune out the chat box for now. And we'll make sure before we're done, Paula gets all her info in there. But if you want to say something, if Tandra has a thought, unmute and be like, can I add to that? Do you know what I mean? Let's do it like we're in person. Cool. Go ahead, Rhona. Sorry.
Okay. Can everybody see my screen? Can you see it full screen?
Does everyone see that full screen because they're in the full screen mode, the speaker mode or whatever? Yeah? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. What's first? So Rhona's going to share an image now. We could show it and let them. Okay. Dina Bryant, would you read this for us? And the reason I'm asking you to read it, I'm modeling what you would do if this was projected on the screen in a classroom, in school or after school. You wouldn't just show it and read it, you'd have a student read it. So that's why I'm asking you to read.
Write the story for this children's book illustration. When you write your story, skip a line on the page after each line of writing. You'll see why in a moment.
Cool. So some of you, like Hope and Tracy, you might have done this in a session, in one of our webinars or in a session on the road, but this is a new image. And I'll tell all of you who don't know really fast, when kids are engaged in our project-based literacy with embedded SEL programs, the prompts are images. The images are colorful, they're delightful, they're fiction, and they are from children's books. And our programs are pre-K through 12, and we have adult ed. But the point of Right Brain is that kids get a book. They get many things, but one thing they get is a book. It's illustrated, it has no words. They go through any number of programs and processes that are pretty academic, but totally disguised and don't feel like it, or if it looks like it, it still doesn't feel like it somehow. And then they're published. And every word on every page of this book is theirs, and their photo and their bio is in the back. And that's the crux of what we do, right? But the point is that the image is colorful, fires certain synapses in their brain, and doesn't seem corrective. It's a children's book image. It doesn't even feel like it's not going to be graded. And it's easy for a child of almost pretty much any learning style to come up with things to think and feel and say about this, as opposed to that blank paper terror. And we always like to say with Right Brain, kids will look at a piece of paper often. They'll just stare. I know you know it. Doesn't matter, school day, after school. They'll stare at a piece of paper. Do I have to fill out every line? How much do I have to write? Do I have to do the whole page? How long do I have to write? And when you give them an image that's very non-threatening, that they can wrap their head around that doesn't have a right or a wrong answer like everything else does, and all the other writing they do, which is so corrected all the time. Their imagination goes through the roof, their fear goes out the window, and if they're stuck, it's more than likely because they are flooded with too many ideas and they don't know where to start and which one to pick. So saying to a kid, twisting it, flipping it, and saying to a student, even with the blank paper, I bet you're not stuck. I bet you're just overwhelmed with too many good ideas and you don't know which one to pick first. That's like a complete game changer for most kids who get stuck with writing. So I'm putting that out to you. Hi, Vicki Blanchette. I'm putting that out to you. That should be an instant shift you make. You are so not stuck. You just have too many awesome ideas. So let's just pick one of them. Okay. So here we go. Now we're going to share this image and you're going to look at it. Take a moment, look at everything. I think what we're going to do is give you 3 minutes to write the story where you're going to skip a line. Okay, only 3 minutes instead of 4, and you're going to skip a line and write the story that you see happening. You are the author of a children's book. You turn the page of the book. This is the picture. What is the narrative, real narrative a child would be reading if you were the adult responsible for providing them with a story? Cool. Skip a line, skip a line, skip a line as you go. Ready, set, 3 minutes, right. Thank you, Rhona. You writing, Kate Coombs? $75 seconds. Come on, Helen Hamilton. You got a minute left now. $35 seconds. $12 seconds. Okay, finish your thought. Just finish your thought up. Okay, awesome. Did everyone remember to skip a line? Yes? Okay. You want to take them through the Make It Pop, Rhona? I'll do it. I think you're muted. You want to do it?
Thank you. Yes, I was muted. All right. Before we go any further, can you raise your hand if you described any colors in your story that you wrote?
Look at what you wrote. Raise your hand. Like actual hand if you
Actual
include
hand.
colors. No colors? I don't see
Okay.
colors, Rhona.
I don't either. That's okay.
Oh, Jenny. Jenny has colors.
Great. How about sounds? Anybody got any sounds? Yeah. Oh, Tim got some sounds.
Tim, Richmond, sounds the characters might be hearing. Wow, a lot of you got sounds. Fantastic.
Nice. We like it. How about smells?
Smells that might be in this environment. Jenny, you're just a show off, Jenny.
Wow.
Wow.
How about tastes or textures, sensations? Anybody?
How the ground feels under their body, Vicky. Okay, so just look at this, and maybe at the top of your page real fast, right across the top, colors, sounds, smells, tastes, textures.
It'll be on the screen, but as we
know, what? Oh, we're going to put it back? No,
it's
no.
on the screen, yeah, when we get to it.
Oh, you put it back. You show the list one more time. Go back for 1 second.
This color, sound, smells, taste.
No, the other one. Sorry, the next slide that you had, but this is great. Perfect. I see what you're saying. It's there. Never mind. You're right. Go back.
I was just going to say, these are what we call sensory details, meaning describe your 5 senses. And they're so essential to making a children's story come alive so that they can see, they can feel as if they're immersed in this story world. So we're just going to give you.
Of course, everyone. Rhona made like the most perfect version of these slides. And I was expecting it to be the less perfect version that I've used in the past, but of course she fixed it so that here we are with the words at the bottom. Perfect. Okay, so go ahead, Rhona.
I think we give them 2 minutes to go in.
So we're going to give you, we're going to give you 2 minutes. Start at the top, start at the first word, and everywhere you can, fill in colors, sounds, smells, taste, textures, all, some, none, pick one of them, whatever you can do in only 2 minutes. Okay.
Just a few details. That's all it takes.
That's true. Here we go. 2 minutes. Ready, set, write. And of course you can add words, sentences, but here we go. Just 50 more seconds, 50. Thirty more seconds. Okay. Get your final adjective out. That was 2 minutes. That was 2 minutes. Doesn't 2 minutes fly by when you're using sensory descriptors? That's such a funny thing. Time flies when you're using, like, we should make a list of really long, stupid time flies that should roll off the tongue, but are super burdened. It'd be funny. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Helen Hamilton, who's willing to share their first version first? Read it aloud to all of us without any of the new descriptive language. First version. All right.
A little half hand raise, Tracy.
Tracy's hand. Who unmuted and said, "I'll go"? Who was that?
Vicky did.
Vicky. Vicky first, then Dina, then Tracy, and then I have to move boxes around. Vicky, Dina, Tracy. Go, Vicky. What do you got?
It was finally sunny out, and after a winter in the snow and rain, we decided to take all my children, grandchildren, foster kids, and neighbors to the park. What a joy it was to feel the sun on my face and to touch the warm sidewalk beneath my legs. It almost brought tears to my eyes after a winter of darkness and being stuck inside. All around, the kiddos ran, jumped, rode, threw, bounced, read, and made complete use of the space. Everyone had smiles on their face.
What? This is the first version?
That's the first version.
You're annoying, Vicky.
You taught me.
That was added. Why did I let you go first? That was dumb.
Amazing.
That was amazing, Vicky. Are you done with that first version?
Not 100%.
Oh,
I
no,
could write it
finished.
for days.
No.
Oh yeah, I'm finished. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow, and you did that in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so now can you read your second version, your revision, this word that kids hate? This is a fun way to get them interested in the word revision. Go ahead, Vicky.
Okay.
Show us how it's done.
It was finally sunny out, and after a winter in the freezing cold snow and the dank, drizzly rain, we decided to take all of my children, grandchildren, foster children, and neighbors to the park. What a joy it was to feel the sun on my face and to touch the warm, colorfully decorated sidewalk between my legs, or beneath my legs. Sorry, not between them. It almost brought tears to my closed eyes after a winter of darkness and being stuck inside. All around, the kiddos ran, jumped, rode, threw, bounced, read, and made complete use of the space. Everyone had smiles on their face. I heard yelling and giggles and laughter as the children, and then the bell went off.
Oh,
Wow.
freezing, dank, drizzly, colorful, yelling, giggles. I mean, so much. It was so great the first time, Vicky, but look at all these. You know what? I appreciate that you punched a little the words you had added, and we recommend that that's what you would have when your kids read their first version. When they read their second one, just have them punch it a little bit with their voice. And we do this thing if we do this type of thing in a session on the road, we'll have everyone listen really attentively to that second version. And when they hear a new word, everyone in the room will just throw their arms up like this so that they can do that with kids. Because it's fun when you hear that. You like that, Hamilton? Okay, that was amazing. And then we'll talk about all the fun things there are to do with these additional words. Okay, Dina Bryant.
And I love this because I'm an author of a children's book. So this is fun to me. And I didn't get to do much on the second version because somebody from work I had to do something, but I'll start. What a day, what a day. I have been waiting all day to come outside with my friends. I didn't expect to have this much fun though. You know how long it's been since I've had the opportunity to hopscotch and roller skate. Hey, John, I didn't even see you over there. Wait, my mom is calling. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Nice.
Cute, nice. I'm gonna guess who it is afterward. Okay, let's have the second version, whatever you were able to do. And feel free to add things in as you go.
Okay. What a beautiful blue day outside it is. What a day. I have been waiting all day to come outside, even though I thought it was going to rain, but the sun is out and I'm here with my beautiful smiling friends. I didn't even expect to have this much fun. You know how long it's been since I've had the opportunity to dance, sing, and hopscotch.
Nice.
And then to add in roller skating. Hey, cute John. I didn't even see you over there. Wait, My mom is calling. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Cute. Thank you for that. That was good, Dina. All
I
right.
like that it was a first person narrative.
First person narrative. Nice. And listen, most of the people you'll ask on the street or in your program or in your school, most people, not just kids, they will not be able to tell you what first person narrative is. These are fun ways to teach kids things that in school time aren't as fun to learn, right? Just want to put that out there. Okay, Tracy, first version followed by your second version. And then Richmond, you want to take us home with and be the dude who shares? All right, go ahead, Tracy.
One, I don't mind.
Okay, go ahead, Tracy.
Okay, my mom finally was able to take me to the park. We have been here for a while. We haven't been here for a while because of my baby brother. But mom says he is, it is nice enough and he's old enough to go to the park too. There are so many new kids here today, so I'm a little nervous about joining in. My sister and I are hiding behind mom, trying to get the courage up to venture out. The hopscotch game looks fun to me. I think I would like to try that.
That's the first version?
That's the first version.
Okay, so just for fun, everyone, let's listen. And when she pops the new words, let's just be silly and let's just throw our arms up in the air. Come on, let's just throw our arms up, okay? For all the new words. You ready, Helen Hamilton? You ready, Tim? Go ahead, Tracy.
Okay. My mom finally was able to take me to the park. I have been hearing the sounds of children playing with and screaming with delight. It has been a while since we've been here because of my poopy smelling baby brother. I can't believe I could even hear the kids over the continuous crying. And then I just, you want the whole, that was the only parts I got.
That was good. That was
So
great.
funny.
Listen, words like poopy, stinky, like all of these things are fun in children's books and make it delightful. That was awesome. Before we move on, Tyler, do you want to share? Did you write? Come on, Tyler.
Yeah, I wrote,
Awesome.
and mine was, I took a perspective of the way I would think the child would be writing. So it's pretty basic, but it's,
Oh, you wrote it the way a child would write it.
yes.
Huh, how come?
Because if this was a program that I was doing for the child, I was trying to put myself in their shoes. So it
okay.
was,
Okay.
so mine was, once upon a time, the children were playing on the sidewalk and on the grass. They loved to play in skateboards, roller skates, and bikes. It was so much fun to draw with chalk and solve their math problems. Harry's mom was even there with their new baby brother, Bruce. Harry and Isaac were twins and were very proud to show off their new baby brother.
You think a little kid would have written that?
Yeah, I think you're underselling yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, great, amazing. Oh no, Helen Hamilton. We're losing Helen Hamilton. Are you kidding me? Helen, we're about to do speed poet. Oh my God, I can't. Okay. All right, Tyler, your second version.
So once upon a time, the children were playing on a rough sidewalk and on the green grass. They loved to play on the red skateboards and roller skates and their two-wheeled bikes. It was so much fun to draw with their colorful chalk and solve their math problems. Henry's mom was even there with their new baby brother, Bruce. Henry and Isaac were twins and very proud of to show off their new baby brother.
Nice. That was awesome, Tyler. That was amazing. Okay. If it were up to us, everyone would read their first version and their second version. But just raise your hand if you noticed that you only had 3 minutes to write. You probably wrote something pretty great. And it only took 2 more minutes to make it so much more descriptive and expanded and enhanced. And these are good words to write down, to tell your kids when they're writing, instead of this could be better or fix this, right? Tell them or revise it. tell them to enhance it and expand it, enhance, expand. These are elaborate, enhance, expand, elaborate. Thank you, Rhona. Write those 3 things down. Those are great ways to get kids to not feel like whatever they've already given you isn't enough, whatever it is, right? Amazing. So we would love
Miss
to hear
Meredith?
the story. Yes.
I'm sorry. So you suggest that we give them 4 or 5 minutes or 3 minutes
Well,
for the first one?
We gave you 3 because it's a short webinar. Look how much you guys wrote in 3 minutes.
Uh-huh.
You would know if you had second graders, timed writing. It's a really great thing to do in a classroom or an after-school classroom. That open-ended, right for whenever you're done is really hard for kids. It's up to you.
So I have the newcomers. The freshly off the. So
well, what language do they speak? All different languages.
I have like
Right.
7 or 8 different ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you had right brain, I would say give everyone a story card, for example, and let them in their own language write a list. We could, you could take an image. If Rhona shows this image, for example, that we've been writing to,
Hold on.
you could just have them make a list of colors, just a list of colors first in their own language. And then they've done it. They feel successful. They know how to speak their own language. So they write it, hopefully. And then you can say English, and then you can point and write on the board pink, and then they can write it right next to the word in their language that was pink on their paper. Then you can point to red and write red, and they can copy your letters. So you just do colors. And then you can break a picture up like that. Like where, what are these characters are girls, right? So you can write girls. These characters are, you would know, but as far as how much time, 1 minute's never enough, right? 2 minutes to write a first version of things, never enough. I like 3.
3.
And with adults, 4 goes, because they'll write too much and then the shares will be too long. So that's why I switched it to 3. But it's up to you. It's up to you. And also, let's say you do 3 minutes and they're still writing. You're going to say to a student, anytime you have them writing with right brain or without, oh my God, you guys are still writing. You're incredible. I'm giving you an extra 30 seconds. So always give them a little less time, I think, than they need, so that when the bell goes off and they're still working, I think it makes them feel like, oh, I have more to do, more to say. That means I am good at this.
Okay.
That's what I think, as opposed to a little too much time and they're done and waiting.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That's what I think. But
Just to summarize, no matter what you're showing them, if you're showing them an image to inspire a story, you're going to start with at least a few minutes of them generating vocabulary. That way they have a word bank, a self-generated word bank to look at when they're writing their story. So it doesn't matter how many minutes they have to write the actual story, as long as they have that scaffold at the beginning, it's going to support them.
And
why did we wait so long to have you ladies show us this? Wow.
Ollie, we've been around for a long time.
Wow. I'm taking your training in August. So we're going to pilot this program this next year.
In North Carolina?
Florida.
Great. Oh, you're with Eric.
Right.
I mean, Broward. Great.
Yep.
Oh, I love that you just said that. I hope Eric heard it. I hope Batman is listening.
Batman is always listening.
Nice. Dolly, I love that. Dolly, this is like, if I had a grain of sand, this is like an absolutely itsy bitsy minuscule moment of right brain. So I'm thrilled that you're gonna get to do some stuff. That's what I want to say. Okay, go ahead. Yes, Tim Zoyak.
I just wanted to say that we have in our after school program, we do have a port of entry program as well. And something that we had our staff do is let the kids read their first version in their native language. And the teacher at that time is doing the word bank and the translations into the thing. That way, all the kids, in case they heard that word and didn't know what it was in English, they were able to do that. And that's something that they really enjoyed being able to learn that way. So they can still write how they're feeling in their native language and their heart language, but then being able to learn at the same time how to translate their information.
I love
Thank
that.
you for that, Tim.
Also, in our programs, in our curriculum guides, our facilitator guides, our one sheets, there are tiny little one sheet ways to do it and curriculum guide ways to do it. All of this is in there. And also when you have an image like this one, and maybe we go back to it now, Rhona, like this image, you guys would have many instincts and ideas about things to do with it that maybe we haven't thought of. Or so it's a real gift to have an image of this nature, because there's so much happening and so much to talk about. You could just talk about the background of each human in this picture. You could write from the perspective, which is something we're going to do after, if you imagine on Monday, everyone's going to pick a character and they're going to write what that character is thinking and feeling. And they're just going to do it for like 4 minutes. And then if they need another minute, you give them 5, whatever it is. And then they share. There goes your hour. The next day, pick another character. Or in one class, pick a character. Then when the timer goes off after 3 minutes, everyone screams, switch. And then you have to switch and pick a different character. And by the end of, imagine if you did it if you had them write what they were thinking or feeling, and you said, keep it short, I'm only going to give you 2 minutes. If you did that 10 times, in 20 minutes, all of your students would have written something about 10 different, it'd be like a couple of pages of stuff, or at least a full page in a short time. So your instincts about what to do with tools like this are strong. We have so much to support you. And Dolly, the program you're doing, Eric, we'll talk, because after this training, all your people are going to want other things, cards and mats, and because right now you have books, but it's going to be great, Dolly, and I'm excited for you. That's what I want to say.
I just want to quickly add to that, because I don't think we've said it yet. When you have students writing from the perspective of characters, that's instant SEL. They're learning to empathize with people who look different than them. They're learning to see through other characters' eyes, which is really valuable.
And to create, Rhona's a writer of fiction, to create the thought and feeling processes and experiences of characters, that takes a lot of critical thinking. It takes a lot of close looking. And like she said, empathizing. You can look at the faces here. And especially now, when for a lot of our kids, the planet's been masked for a while, this would be a very good thing for them to do, is to look at facial expressions, discuss what it is. Are they smiling? Are they in pain? Is that joy? Is that agony? Is that stress? Is that, you know what I mean? This is a good thing. Okay, that was right. Thank you.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Usually my kids ask for more time, but some of my kids will write, like, if it was that picture, they'd write, okay, they were at the park. And that's all they would want to write. Like, what kind of prompts or advice would you give so that they write a little more?
Well, it's like what Rhona said. Go ahead, Rhona.
Well, we do have sentence frames. If you want them to stretch their sentences, you can say, okay, describe what's happening. And maybe they'll give you a very simple sentence. And then just like we did with that activity, you're going to say, okay, well, how could you enhance that? What extra details could you add? And the very straightforward sentence frame that we like to provide is who is doing what, where, with whom, and why. And if you answer all of those details, you instantly have a sentence that tells a whole story.
And that's true for any writer, any young student, any old student, anyone, anywhere. A sentence structure like that, a sentence frame is good. But also, like what Rhona said before, and I don't know if any of you, I know Hope and Tracy, we have an experience we do on webinars with one image. And the first thing you do, a list of colors. That's it. You just do colors. We all talk about it. Someone says red. Well, guess what? I can put the word red on my board, put a circle around it, and then make a little map, a mind map, right? So from red, I put another circle, crimson, scarlet, cherry, mahogany, burgundy. There are so many from each color, especially your English learners. You say blue. Forget English learners, anybody, blue. Okay, well, what about cobalt? What about, like, there's so many, blue, cyan, there are so many things to teach them just about the list of colors they wrote. That would take a while. Then you have them write a list of
Character details.
who are the characters? Just write who the characters are, just a list. Then write, where are they? Just describe the place. Take the characters out of it. Describe that there's grass, there's a cement sidewalk, just describe the place. Then what do you think is happening? Well, now they have 4 or 5 pieces of paper with tons of writing on it. Then they can look at all of that and create a story. In this particular experience, we're just giving you one image, but that would be the way to do it, right? And if one student just writes a sentence, then maybe, like, what would you do? I would have them say, great, that's an awesome sentence. And where is that sentence happening? Where are they? Well, they're in the park. What's in the park? There's grass, there's the sidewalk. Let's write that down. What else do you see in the park? And then, you'll just have to do that kind of a thing. And of course, if you have a whole class and they're all doing it, you got one student who isn't, and you can't pay attention to just them, ask them to join, break everyone up into pairs or teams all of a sudden, so that that child is part of some group that's doing it. Do you know what I mean? But also with images like these, you're not going to see too much of that, where someone has this and they write, there are fish. That might happen. Okay, great. What kind of fish? Where are the fish? What color are the fish? Do the fish smell? Can we eat these fish? No, dummy, they're in an aquarium. Great. Let's write that. You get it, right? Okay. Listen, this next thing that we're going to do, it's a new program of ours, and we love it so much. It's brand new. I don't even have it ready. I mean, it's ready, but not ready. It's not even printed yet fully.
I think there is a sample on the middle table.
I got it. It's called Speed Poet. We have the samples, and we're just about to start the print run. So anyone who wants it can have it. It just won't deliver right away. Speed Poet. You're going to love this. Get a clean piece of paper. I'm sad we lost Helen Hamilton. I mean, not lost. She's alive and well. Okay. Kate Coombs. You want to read this for us? Just read it. Okay. Rhona, you want to read it?
Yes, I will. When the timer starts, you have 3 minutes to write a speed poem inspired by this word.
Okay, so that's it. Here's what it is, a poem. It can rhyme, it could not rhyme. We're grown-ups, so we're not going to explain too much about poetry. You're just going to write a poem, whatever that means to you. 3 minutes only from this one word, and you just keep writing until the 3 minutes. You're going to want to think too much. Try not to. Just think for a moment and then just start and see what comes. Cool?
3 minutes, not 2, 3.
You could read the definitions if you like. 3 minutes, right? Read the definitions if you want. Those are there for your kids, right? And for whoever. Here we go. 3 minutes, a poem. I'm going to do it too with the word inspire. Ready, set, write. Two minutes.
90 seconds.
Okay, that's actually 57 seconds now. Ten seconds. Nice. Okay. So this is a moment where we would say, and you would say, great, you're still writing. Who wants 20 more seconds? And your kids would raise their hands probably. How many of you want 20 more seconds? Okay, no. Hope and Dolly, take your 20 more seconds. I love it. Okay, everyone ready with their poems? I think, Rhona, I sort of need to hear Jenny's poem.
I think that's
feel
true.
that way. And then we're going to have to hear Tim's poem, I think, for sure. These are my favorites. All right, Jenny, are you ready? Inspire.
All right, I'll try.
Okay.
Not very long because I got caught up. All right, inspire. To lead, guide, and support. To show how to stand tall or build a fort. To be who I am with pride and joy. To inspire others to scream, oh boy, it's great to be me. I love who I am.
That's perfect.
That's awesome.
Totally sweet. It never, you always say to your kids, it doesn't matter how much you write. And I like to say, I don't care if you write with a poem like this, you might say with this much time. I don't care if you write 3 sentences or 3 paragraphs or 3 pages. It sort of makes them feel like 3 sentences would be enough. And that's fine. 3 sentences, right? But since it's a poem, maybe you say 4. I don't care if you write 4 sentences, 4 paragraphs, or 4 pages, right? That was awesome. Okay, who else would we say? Tim, did you write a poem? Let's go,
I
Tim.
did.
Let's do
I
it.
do have to do a little disclaimer. At one point, I was trying to make words rhyme, so I felt like Rose on the Golden Girls when she was trying to write songs for the Miami Police.
You felt like Rose from the Golden Girls?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
inspire. To fill with urge to do or feel. To inspire is to do something real. I is for information I give. N is for the need to help others to live. S is for sacred, like my beliefs. P is for people who learn to read. I is for independence. R is for regrets and no more hence. E is for everything I know and love and want others to feel.
Like, he did like a speed poem acrostic blend.
Yeah,
Wow, that was brilliant, Tim. Amazing. I love that. Who else? Who else is reading their speed poem? Come on, who's raising their hand and reading their speed poem? What is happening? What's going on? Lydia, did you write a speed poem?
Hi, this is Lydia. I can try.
Thank you, Lydia. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Come on, Lydia.
I never want to admit it, how much her inspiration meant to me. I watched her every move. Though labored and long, she kept up her groove. What keeps her going? Who inspire her? Her energy, her force, her downright drive force me on and on and on.
Wow, that's deep.
That was beautiful.
Wow, that was beautiful. That's like a real poem, Lydia. That was amazing. Wow. Who did, oh, she's gone. That's it. That was amazing. Okay, who else wants to follow that? Anybody? Just kidding. Anyone want to read their speed poem?
Carissa.
Come on, Carissa. Let's go.
Okay. What inspires you? A coach, a teacher, a man, a woman, a place, a smell, a person, a thing. Let me tell you mine. My inspiration is a strong and beautiful woman I hold very dear.
Oh, beautiful. Can I read mine since no one else is raising? By the way, with kids, I'm sure you know this, but we have found, and we do this at sessions, you know, you might say, who wants to share? Often people will raise their hand, but if they don't, when you just pick someone, when you just say, Dolly, would you share? Tyler, would you be willing to share? They usually will. And also with kids, with writing poems or speed poems or the pictures we showed you and you can also sometimes ask, would it be okay if someone else read what you wrote? So Dolly wrote it. Dolly doesn't want to read it out loud, but Jennifer will read it out loud for her. Jennifer feels okay because she didn't write it. Dolly feels okay because she doesn't have to read it. And by the end of it, Dolly, you're probably going to want to read it yourself, or you'll offer to read Jennifer's. It's good to ask them to help each other that way, right? I want to put that out there. Okay, inspire. I've written many poems for inspire, and I have this one's different. Okay, when you inspire, you pull from the mire, the wisdom and wire to wrap around fire. You take students higher beyond where they tire. They need what you give. It's time and it's dire. So do what you do, be bold and be you. The kids want your gift. It's you that's their lift. What? So that's a pencil drop. Let's all pull our pencils up. For all the poems we just read, you tell your kids, pencil drop, no matter who reads, 2 lines, 2 words, pencil drop. That's fun, like a mic drop. Anyone else have like a poem that they're going to share with us, even though they don't want to? Jennifer Wilbur. See, you just pick them. You just pick them. Come on, Jen.
Okay, here's mine. What should I write today? A poem, you say? But I would need inspiration for that, and I am fresh out. Where can I find some inspiration? I've looked both high and low, but I can think of nothing to inspire my 3-minute poem today.
That's not right. That was good. That was good. Amazing. So we have 4 minutes left, Rhona. I think we show them. Let's show them the other thing. Can everybody hang another 5 minutes? Raise your hand if you cannot hang another 5 minutes. And are we allowed, Elizabeth or Paula? Can we hang a little bit longer?
Of course.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm going long. Surprise. Stop. Okay.
Meredith, I think we can skip the first step of it and then just have them go straight to profiles, maybe.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
but let's take them through it at least, right?
can I please interrupt real quick?
Yeah, Dolly.
With all these exercises, like even with the poem, are we supposed to let them have that extra line in between? I mean, are we encouraging this throughout or no? Only on certain exercises?
Well, when there's an image and they write a story, or anytime you have them write a story, if you have them skip a line, then they can read it. And when you ask them to expand, enhance, elaborate with descriptive language, they have room to do it.
Okay.
A poem, sure, of course. Of course they could with a poem. Of course, sure, why not? Except that if it's a rhyming poem, it might be harder to add things in. But sure, you would have to just use your judgment and see where that works. But I wouldn't have them skip lines all the time, everything for all things.
No,
But
I'm saying for the
certainly-
beginning, just to get them to be more thoughtful, more expressive, to teach them how to elongate the sentences. You know?
But I wouldn't say that. You want to say, and just skip a line. And don't tell them why they're going to skip a line. Don't front load an activity with, here's what we're going to learn. You need to learn how to use descriptive language and write using the colors and smells and textures of whatever. You're English learners, and so you're going to skip a line, and when you're done writing what you initially think, which won't be enough, that's what the school day does sometimes. You're not going to do that. You're just going to give them a picture and tell them that they're the right, we'll train you, Dolly, we're coming. But I think what we want to say mostly, anytime you can disguise or flip. Let them do the thing first, then tell them after. Guess what you just did? You just did story sequencing. You just did transitions. But when you load all that up for a kid at the beginning, it's hard. And also I want to say, because Tim, in your poem, you said R is for people who learn to read, right? Something like that. We really feel at Right Brain, I certainly feel, if you keep trying to make your kids readers, instead of trying to make them writers, they're going to feel a lot less successful a lot more of the time. And your scores, your numbers, your whatever are never going to be as good as if you give them something active. And for them, reading is passive. For them, reading takes a lot of focus that they don't necessarily have. And in the school day, they're asked to read a lot of stuff they don't necessarily care about or relate to, but they got to do it. They got to analyze it. It's going to be part of a test, or anytime you can give them something to write. If they become writers, and when they do have to read, now that they've been writers, tell them to read like a writer. So saying, when you read this thing we're going to read today, now that you're a writer and you're an author, I want you to read this piece from this book on the reading list. I want you to read this chapter as if you're being asked to rewrite it. Or you're a writer, how would you have written it differently? So read it to see, did they describe the character? Give them something to do as a writer when they read. That would make the reading more active. I just want to put that out there, that just because you know how to read doesn't mean you know how to write. But if you know how to write, you certainly know how to read. And so if you can shift to writing instead of reading, especially in after school, especially, the reading will come. And I think you'll have more engagement and less fear. Does that make sense to people? Does that resonate? Yeah. Okay, go back to, thank you, Dolly. My God, this could be a fun training. Okay, so we're giving you these slides, right? So we want you to see what you're going to be doing. We're going to skip this part.
Yep.
No, we'll show it to them. I just want to show it to them, what you had before, this. So you're going to get this, and you're going to have your kids look at this next image, pick a character, write down anything they notice about that character, physical traits, personality traits, and then give them a name. But you understand there will be 10 or 11 or 12 characters in this image. So you could do this they could do it with each character. That would be a lot of writing and a lot of work and a lot of fun and a lot of thinking. I have to tell our neighbor that we can't talk right now. We can't talk right now, sir. We're on a webinar, but I'll call you after. Okay. Wow, everyone's coming over today, Rhona. It's like crazy. So this is the first thing you're going to do, but not now. We're going to skip this, okay?
Just to clarify, the next part is really a fun thing for adults to do in a team. The next part is not really a student.
That's right. Or teens, exactly. So this is the thing we just showed you. You're going to look at that awesome picture, pick a character, describe it. What are they feeling? What are they thinking? What do they look like? What are their colors? What do they smell like? What do they feel like? You could go crazy with just this one image, okay? Now, and it's another image. So you could do everything from the first image, but with this image. Are you with me? Because now you have two we're going to give you. So now we're going to write a dating profile from the perspective of one of these characters. So this is like a social event where people had the characters in this, the aliens, the guy with the yellow hat, everyone had to submit a little essay about why they should be chosen for this very private elite dating event. This is like a special group, okay? Look at Tracy's little person. So you're going to pick your character and you're going to write the profile that they wrote, just the dating profile that they wrote to get them into this jam, okay? Into this club.
This is your grown-up SEL moment.
This is a grown-up SEL moment, exactly. And fun for high schoolers or your adult ed or whatever. So this is the only thing that you're not going to do with your kids. You could, and maybe we do this, Rhona, maybe because you'll have, you know that you could do a dating profile with your with your staff, so we'll leave it here, but you wouldn't go to this slide with kids. We'll just leave it here. Okay, so we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it in 3 minutes, not 4. You are gonna write the dating profile in the first person as this character that's gonna get you in to this limited entry situation where you're gonna meet the love of your life. Quite
So
possible.
first pick your character, think about their personality, and then write their little dating profile from their perspective.
Ready? 3 minutes. Ready, set, write. There you go. Two minutes. One minute. Thirty seconds exactly. You really want to meet someone. Take a few more seconds if you need it, of course, of course. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Everyone's still writing. Do you see, Rhona?
They've got so many great dating profiles ready for us.
Okay, here we go. All right. Who, come on now.
I feel like,
Dolly?
oh, well, Vicky is definitely going to have something.
Vicky's gonna have to go last. She has to go last. That's what has to happen. But Dolly, you want to share your dating profile? And don't say who it is. We'll try to figure it out. Okay.
No, but I am very rusty. I've been married 27. I haven't looked at another man in years. I don't think I
Oh
ever
my-
needed to do this. I'm like, I don't even know how to start. But anyway, I am blubber and I am big. I may look intimidating on the outside, but I am a jelly donut on the inside, sweet as
Aw.
can be. I will protect you from all and make you my queen. I promise my color will grow on you as soon as you smell, as soon as you come close to me. That's it. That's all I have.
Nice. What do you mean? That was great.
That was amazing. Wait, which character was it, do you think?
It's the big guy, right? The big green guy behind the bar. Yeah. Nice. He's very
big.
hot. He's super hot, super sexy.
Smells good is what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, exactly. I thought that was really good. All right, who's reading their dating profile?
I think Tracy has to.
Tracy has to. And then Tim, you're in the dark there, but I think you raised your hand. Okay, good. Tracy, what do you got?
Okay, keep in mind, I'm from Montana. When you read this, when you hear this, 35-year-old male, looking for a partner who loves the outdoors and loves John Deere tractors only, no Case IH lovers. Looking for a farmer or rancher partner who loves the outdoors and helping with irrigation during the spring and summer and can clean up good. A good cook would be a plus.
Nice.
That sounds like it's what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Details so well.
Exactly. Tim, what do you got?
All right. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to date someone who could hold you and give you a massage at the same time? If that sounds good, you will want to pick me. My wide, uneven eyes help me to be able to see you from head to toe and give you the honest answer about how you look. An ideal date with me would include a night of mud baths and end at my favorite diner slurping up Beetlejuice.
Nice. Wait, so it's the big tentacle-y creature.
Yep.
Brilliant. You could be hugging. This creature would be massaging every part of your brilliant. Oh my God. And their wide eyes can see. Wow. That was good. That was really good. Okay. Who else? We just have to hear another one, don't we? We just have to.
The last one, I think.
Go ahead, Vicky. Bring it home. Oh my God, people, get ready. It's going to be good.
All right. Looking for a special date for the Squid Squeeze Soiree. I am a lovable, squishable, golden ochre, 10-tentacled squid with black beady eyes flecked with gold that reflect the treasure in you. I love drinking cherry slushies and dancing tentacle to tentacle across the sandy sea floor, followed by swimming in the shimmering moonlight under a calm turquoise sea while parrotfish and manta rays glide by.
Wow.
Beautiful.
The eyes are flecked with the golden treasure that is you. I'll date you, Vicky. I'll date. Oh my God, that was good. Okay, so here's what's to know. Everything we just did, that whole experience, we will send you after this. So that's great. And a few of you put things in the chat box. I mean, someone logged off who put in the chat box that they put right brain in their grant and it came through. So we should talk. But Roxanne Stacy, maybe. I don't know if we have her info, Elizabeth, but we should, or you can give it to us. So we're making sure that you get everything. You're welcome. We are super weirdly available. You can call us anytime and ask any question. You could say, I'm in a room with kids. We're looking at the alien diner. Just know that we're here. We answer the phone. Weirdly, I answer the phone. I have not figured out. In lockdown, I had all the phones forwarded to here, and I don't know how to. Elizabeth, I swear to God, I like the time it's going to take to figure out how to undo that. I let him just call me. Really, truly, is that hilarious?
You're
So
hilarious.
anyway,
Yeah.
just know we're in Los Angeles. If it's 8:30 your time, you'll be calling me at 5:30 my time. I'll answer, but I'm just going to say that. So we're here for you. Whatever you need. You have summer coming up. Bring these exciting and colorful practices to your rooms right now. Do it with your staff. When you do it with your staff, and also it's digital. So forward it around. Whatever we send you, share it, send it to all of your facilitators, all of your teachers. Just go give it out and let everybody do it, right? But if they do it first in a meeting with you, you take them through it like we took you through it, they're just gonna be all the more empowered to crush it, right? Tim, what did you want to say something and then we'll all go? I can't read. I have to get my glasses.
I was just gonna point out that right brain materials don't expire, so there's never like a waste of this program either. So
Mhm.
You're so cute. Look at our partner doing a pitch for us. Make sure you look in this chat because Elizabeth and Paula put a lot of stuff in here. There's a link to upcoming webinars that I think all happen at this time on this day, right, Elizabeth?
Yeah, we're going to do Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's just amazing. And also, if you email eduprogram, EDU program at rightbrainworld.com, then we have yours. We won't bug you, but we do sometimes. We haven't yet this year, but we will. We'll just throw on a webinar, especially if you're a partner, Tim. We do these communities of right brain people, and they're pretty great. So reach out so we have you. And then if we send out a newsletter or a fun offer or something, you'll be there. But we're not a company that bugs you with a million emails, right, Tim? We really don't. I wish I could figure that part out. Thank you so much for being here. Rhona, thank you so much for running the thing and bringing all your wisdom and good energy. Anything you need, let us know. Thank you for spending this time with us. Go play, share this with your teams, and thank you, Elizabeth, so much.
Thank you, Meredith. Thank you, Rhona. We really appreciate you guys really kicked off our series with a bang, and we're so excited. Again, we'll be doing these Wednesdays, 1 o'clock Eastern time. If you've never been to our conference, please put it on your calendar. 2023, February 9th through the 12th. Meredith will be there. And
you have to go.
Yeah, amazing presenters. It's a worthwhile 3.5 days of professional
And
development.
you don't have to go. You don't have to not go if you're not an after school person. In fact, the dream would be that school day humans would come and see how it's done. Because the more we could bring after school innovation and approaches into the classroom, the better. So if you're in school, tell someone you really want to go to this amazing conference by Foundations, which is a national professional development company for schools. You can leave out the after school part just to get your ticket. So hopefully come, Richmond, come, we're going to dance.
Yes, Richmond, good to see you.
Good seeing you.
And Tim too, good seeing you too.
Bye, everyone.